back at you with Sex Magic. Last left off talking to you about the intricacies and the transformation of the symbolism and how these symbols represent the sexual act and the sexual acts represent the symbolism. Now, before we can talk about that argon energy, know that in ancient time, sex was very intricate. As you can see, the phallus, and that represents the resurrection because the phallus is erect, is where you get the word erection from. Above the pharaoh, which is laying down, is Osiris. Above Osiris is Isis, where you get the immaculate conception from. The hawk or falcon is Isis. She's holding the occult life because it represents the interaction of sex, and the woman represents the life. You see the symbology and the symbolism. You have a circle and a circle. You have the 8. You have the omega symbol, as you also notice that this omega symbol that she holds is also on the dollar bill. It is the symbol that arches itself over the thing that which they say, "In God we trust." The Isis, which is the woman, is a goddess, and being sexually intimate with your partner is a transfer of energy. As you see, the T is an argon, and that symbol represents the phallus and the vagina. You see, before there is the word sex magic, the ancient Egyptians, our ancestors, practiced sex magic, and sex is nothing scarce, but it's a powerful tool. This is why it's showing the depiction of the writing. In the imagery, you'll see the wings, and inside of the wings is a pyramidal shape. Yes, inside is the pyramid. You see, inside of her is a pyramid. Remember, I told you I would explain to you the symbolism that when a woman spreads her legs, she spread her legs is like in the wings. And when she rides a man, she have the power. She have the power of the first Eve that was created. And before we can talk about sex magic, we must talk about the symbolism that the phallus represents a candle. The phallus represents a light. The woman represents the transformation that you do not have to be actually with your partner, be intimate with your partner or partner of your desired choice. Sex is magical. So, in understanding that, when you see this T and when you see this symbolism, you write it for you real quick, that you see this symbolism, you also see this symbolism on the dollar bill. Alright, let's make that a little bit more legible, because this symbol represents the circle, which is, if I'm not mistaken, we call this symbol the omega symbol. That's the omega symbol, right? That is what you see right here. And it has a circle within a circle, which is that number 8. It is powerful when a woman is riding her spouse, her mate, her partner, and understanding that when you have the V of the vagina lying on top, going down onto the phallus, there is a connection to the top, the tip of the pyramid, as her legs straddle, and even straddling, it still forms a pyramid. And the power inside. I want to talk to you about sex before we can even begin to understand that in ancient times, in ancient Egypt, you see, this is a Nubian Egyptian woman having intimacy. She's having oral sex with I don't know exactly whom it is, but we know that oral sex is practice. You see the locks, you see the braids. The consumption of the phallus and placing one's mouth, women, around your partner's phallus you can't consume the energy of the phallus. You can't consume the energy of your mate, because the first three letters again in the penis is protons, electrons, and neutrons. So anytime that you going down on your partner, you're consuming the energy. You have to be able to transmute that energy, not vampire the energy, but yet use their energy to your advantage. So when in the art of being sexually satisfied with your mate, you have to understand that the word mate is again mate. Circle and circle 8. Mate. Just want to explain something to you before we can continue to begin on the topic of sex magic and being intimate with your partner. I want you to do your study and research and understand Isis and her riding the phallus, and how the phallus represents the erection of the pharaohs, and the women have the ability to transform, transmute, and do a lot of things with your energy. This is Amir Amon L talking to you about sex magic.